Morning everybody. This is just a quick film. I just wanted everybody to know, all public, that I've informed every councillor from Wakefield, every single councillor I've informed, so they all know about it. Every one of them. But what I want to say, more to councillors. I mean, is this representative of council you serve, this in your own hearts? Does this sit comfortable with you? All this what's going on. It didn't need to go on, but does it sit comfortable with you? And let me just ask you this: Is Wakefield Council at a stage where it rewards bad behaviour and punishes people to the point of, you know, ruining lives for doing nothing wrong? I mean, at the end of the day, people who worked, give everything, you know, to public of Wakefield and for Wakefield Council, was, you know, a good service for years and years, and never did a thing wrong. And that's what I say about with councillors. Is this representative of what you are about? Is it not? I mean, is there none of you in there as councillors? I mean, it's all right to say, well, it's been dealt with, so and so's looked at it. But as councillors, don't you feel that you should be looking into it more yourselves? I know even with MPs, but as councillors, and then to face your constituents and say, yeah, I did look into it and I did ask more questions, because there will come a point where you'll knock on doors. And I mean, do you want to be a councillor, when you look back on your career, do you want to be a councillor who says, well, I'll let it go? Or wouldn't it be nice to look back and tell your kids and your grandkids and say, no, I didn't let it go, and I did get to the bottom of it, and I did want to know what had happened. I did want to know why lives had been ruined. I did want to know why we trampled on a person who they give everything to this council work-wise. It just takes people in there with backbone. And let me tell you this, listen, Gillian Marshall and Merritt McRae may turn around and say to you, well, it's a disgruntled contractor. But it's not. It isn't a case of that. And these papers show that. It's a case of basically exposing all that bad behaviour, and they've got rid of me. That's what it's a case of. And I would say this, I've offered to come into that town hall, and I'll come in front of every one of you and plead my case to all of you. I've said that. I've said I'll take everything down, but I want to come in and plead my case here and let you listen yourselves, so you can, you know, firsthand everything what's gone on. Because whatever you're being told in there as councillors, I can tell you this: there's a lot of people telling you lies. If you think it's on, the badness is down on my side, I can tell you it is not. But it just takes councillors to have some backbone and say, no, this isn't representative of Wakefield Council. This isn't the council I joined. This isn't the council I want to be a part of that carries on like this. And maybe then you can walk up to any constituent, knock on the door and say, I fought against corruption. I wanted to know why this had gone on. Wouldn't that sit better with you? Because rest assured, I ain't got grudges against councillors. My grudge is against people who don't want to know and don't want to get to the bottom of it. And if it takes me going round with billboards and everybody's name on them, and I will do it, no matter what. Because there's people in there think, oh, it'll blow over. It won't blow over. It's the darkest days in Wakefield Council's history. I can tell you that, and a lot of people know that. And especially in Merritt McRae's and Gillian Marshall's and the investigating team. But it will not stop. It will go on, and it will keep going on until there's some justice. And as I said, if going around with billboards, which I will, and I'll go around every district, and then let you answer to your constituents and say, well, I don't know about it, or I wasn't prepared to do out about it. But you represent us, and you should represent us all, not just me, everybody, in a fair manner. And that hasn't been done. And anyone of you out there who wants to talk to, I'll talk to any one of you, and I'll show you papers and paperwork. Anytime you want, I'll do that. But to just go about your business and say, well, it's not really anything to do with us, well, we've got this to do, all that. It is something to do with you, because you represent people. You represent public purse, you represent taxpayer. And you should see, and when they do this to contractors like they've done to me, people who, you know, who help people, it's wrong. You shouldn't want that. None of you councillors should want that. You know, I know Denise Jeffries and Peter Box, they can say what they want, but they're cosy as anything, and they always have been with Mayor McRae. And same as I say about Mayor's code, it shouldn't be like that. Nobody's asking anybody to be, you know, rude to anybody. And when Mayor McRae once said to me, the tone of my emails, I never once swore, ever, in any emails, ever. I've been pushed down a path where I never wanted to go. But if you watch some of these videos, you see the conversation that went on with that engineer and senior engineers were vile, absolutely vile. You know, really bad. But as I said, if there ain't no councillors in Wakefield who has the backbone to, you know, turn around and say, no, let's get to know what's really going on here for his own peace of mind, if not just for your own peace of mind. So you can't, because don't think it'll go away somehow and it'll not get brought up. There's a lot of you going to get hit with these questions, I can tell you that, because when I do go about, when I get back out and I get out with that trail and them billboards, every person in this Wakefield district is going to know about this, everyone. And as I say, don't council want this black cloud? Don't council want to be, and councillors remembered for rewarding bad behaviour and punishing people who've done nothing wrong? It should never be like that, ever. And you are councillors, you have got a duty of care to people, all of you. And it's not whether I'm a constituent and I live in Charleston. I've worked in every area in Wakefield district for people. This is a case of wrong, wrong, wrong. Gillian Marshall knows it, Mayor McRae knows it, and there's a lot of other people in there know it, investigating team. But I ask you, as councillors, if there's any, especially some of you new ones, who, you know, just setting out on your career path as a councillors, yeah, there's difficult decisions, but aren't them difficult decisions worthwhile? When you get to the bottom of something and you've made your own mind up and you can, you know, we 100% and say, no, I'm comfortable with this now. I know exactly where I stand with it, I'm comfortable with it. Not just gliding through it and saying, no, somebody else deal with it. You sort it. Let's just see if it goes away. That won't happen. Every councillor should be comfortable with all this. And no, it isn't nice. It's not nice for everybody concerned, especially me. And especially people who got thrown under the bus for doing nothing wrong. Nothing at all. It's life-changing to some people, absolutely life-changing. And a lot of you out there are working class people, you know. You're supposed to be part of Wakefield community. And it don't look like that. It don't look like councillors are part of Wakefield community when this, you know, when these things occur. And people have been let off, make no mistake about it. I asked at one point, I said, deal with it internally, fair enough. And when people tell you in there, I didn't offer to help, if you watch these videos, I put it up on screen. And I did offer to help with investigation, right from the beginning. There's a lot more paperwork than you see on screen as well, but they don't tell you that. You'll never get truth out of Gillian Marshall, you'll never get truth out of Mayor McRae. They want it their way, but I ask you as our councillors, the people, you know, and hopefully some of you have got some morals, and like I said, families, you know, relations, children, grandkids, you know, brothers and sisters, people of decency, that you should look into it, and you should, I mean, what more could I do than, I would, you know, it's a daunting thing to say I'd come into town hall and stand in front of you all. But if that's what it took, I'd do that. And then at least you could all say, couldn't you? You could all sit there and say, right, that's my mind made up one way or other. You know, I've no conscience. I don't have a conscience. I don't have anything on my conscience. I can look my constituents in the eye and I can tell them 100% what I know and what I think. Is that unfair? Is that unfair? Because they're just telling you, basically, disgruntled ex-subcontractor didn't win contract. There's a lot more to it than that. And if you were allowed to show you, then you'd know. Yeah, it's going to ombudsman and that. But when it got, like I've said with ombudsman, I'm sure ombudsman will come down on my side, but that won't end how I will keep on with council. It will not end it. Only thing what would have ended it, resolved it, is the fairness of basically councils looking at it properly. Madam McRae haven't looked at it properly. I can tell you that now, or Gillian Marshall. They've done it completely wrong. And this black cloud over council now, I mean, they've caused that. Don't look at me as though I've caused that. I haven't caused that. I never wanted to go down this road. I've said hundreds and hundreds of times through emails, on film, I wanted to end it, I wanted to resolve it, but they didn't want to do that. They never wanted to do that. I mean, the hard decisions, people who make the hard decisions and people who fight for what's right are usually the people who, you know, later on in life can look back and, you know, and tap themselves on the shoulder and say, yeah, I did it right. Sometimes I stood alone, but I did it right. I was never going to be, I come into Wakefield Council with high hopes of doing things right for the public, and at this moment in time, it ain't right. There's nothing right about it. And as I said, if anybody thinks things are going to get better, the situation, it will not. It will not. I'm adamant. Those billboards will come out, and I will make sure in my lifetime every single person in this district is aware of every film on YouTube, and let people make their mind up. And then when people do come to cast the votes and people ask for votes, public will know. And that's why I said to you councillors, just have some backbone, some of you. Just have some backbone and do what's right. Them's the people who get on. Them's the people who get highly thought of. Them's leaders. Proper leaders. Proper leaders. So I hope, it would be nice to think there's some good councillors in there. Don't matter which area you're from. A good councillor is a good councillor. Don't matter which area you're from. And just have, you know, some courage to do what's right. And to ask the proper questions. You know, if destroying lives is what Wakefield Council is about, it ain't a caring council, is it? And if rewarding bad behaviour like has happened, is Wakefield Council's what it does, it's wrong. And as people will judge on that. So basically that's all I want to say. But for public, yeah, every councillor now knows about this. And I'm not gonna pass judgment on councillors yet. I'm not gonna start saying this councillor that and that councillor that, because I'm sure there's some good councillors, and I'm sure there's a lot of you have some conviction, you know, and I'm sure some of you don't like things what go on. But it's whether it's how far you go and how much courage you show, you know, to do the right thing. Denise Jeffrey won't do the right thing. She's in a position now, Jeffrey, where she's been there a long time and they're complacent. Madam McRae, yeah, she hasn't been there a long time, but Madam McRae does what a CEO does. She's done it wrong, but she's done what she wanted to do. It hasn't happened on my watch type thing. Gillian Marshall told me from the beginning, I work for council, so you must understand I'll do what I have to do, which basically amounts to we're going to not do nothing about it. So, but yeah, don't believe, when you're told by these people, oh, it's just this and just that. It ain't just this and just that. I proved how unfair it was. They know that. They tried to say legally they've done nothing wrong. Morally and fairly, they've done a lot of wrong, an absolute lot of wrong. You know, and this is the other thing about it. All these years of working, you know, and a glittering 13 or 14 years working for council, you know, and at the rates what I used to even charge you, and, you know, being central to everything in Charleston, you know, being out there with flooding and making sure everybody had the same mindset of work for me. They, you know, they had some conviction about helping people. And what do you know what you've got now? They've got contractors from up north and things like that who charge a fortune. So, again, it's people who lose out, public. It's public purse who has to fund it. So, I mean, my record's open for anybody to look at. My prices I charge you are open for you to look at. It'd be interesting for you to look at what I charge you against what you get charged now. And you see yourself, there's a lot of wrongdoing. But yeah, I'm saying this on camera, I'd be glad to come. And if not in town hall, to meet anywhere, independently, meet you one at a time and show you. But it would be nice, I think, for as a councillor to be able to just say, yeah, I can speak about it, I know about it, and this is what my opinion is. That, you can, you know, you can, to do things like that, people look on you better. People look on you a lot better. And nobody says, oh, you have to come down outside of him or outside of camp. It's just a matter, you can actually say, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I took some time. I didn't just listen to what I was told. I made my own mind up. And that's what it's about. It's about councils making their own mind up. But yeah, there's been some pretty bad cards dealt. So I just hope some of you councillors have got some backbone. And I hope it never happens to none of your families, you know, or all like that. So, anyway, stay safe everybody, as I say.